Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn how to add new WordPress users as Salesforce lead. So imagine this, a new user called as John registers himself on your WordPress page. So you have John's name, email address and all those details. So you plan to add John as a lead in Salesforce, maybe to create a backup or just for data analysis. So here you have two choices. The first choice is copy all the details of John from WordPress, sort it out and create a lead in Salesforce manually. The problem with this approach is it's actually very repetitive and tiresome. So I would suggest that you bring in some automation so that whenever a new user registers himself in WordPress, it will automatically create a lead in Salesforce. So in this video, we will be using Pabbly Connect to integrate WordPress and Salesforce. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen. Okay, so we will begin with a small example. So as you can see, this is my WordPress site and here I've constructed a very simple user registration form. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy this link of this form and open this in an incognito mode, and I'm just going to paste it back here. And let's say I'm going to register myself as let's say Tom Cruise. Okay, so these are the details of Tom Cruise, and the first name is not Tommy, okay, Tommy or Thompson, Thomsy, okay, and these are the rest of the detail, Tom Cruise set, and just a random bunch of things that's coming to my head, and this is the password, okay, and this is the username. Now there is something I need to tell you. Since we don't have the blank for the field for the company, the username will be shown as the company name in Salesforce lead. Okay, so let me just type the username as harshrider 123, something like that. Okay, and let me just click on submit. Okay, so the form submission is going to happen, and when the form submission happens, Tom Cruise will be registered. Okay, so as you can see, Tom Cruise has been successfully registered. Okay, excellent. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to minimize this and I'm going to Salesforce. Okay, and I'm just going to refresh this. So this is the leads page of Salesforce. Yes, we do have a person called as Crusette Tom Phony. Okay, so this is the name, Tom Phony Crusette, and as you can see, we do have the same email, and this is the company, harshrider123. So basically this is the gist, that anytime a new user registers himself in your WordPress account, WordPress page, he will be shown as a lead in Salesforce. Now to begin the actual integration process, in the new tab, just type pabbly.com. Pabbly.com it is. So your obvious question is, why pabbly.com? Well, the answer is very simple. We have an app called as Pabbly Connect that will integrate WordPress and Salesforce. So let me just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also build your own free account in just 2 minutes. So let me just scroll down here and you will find Connect. Just click on Access now. Okay, so before we start creating a new workflow, there is something I have to do. So as you can see, I already have built a workflow of WooCommerce and Salesforce. Now I'm going to switch this off. Okay, now if I don't switch this off, it will give me 2 times the result. Okay, so that is why I have switched it off. It is none of your concern. It doesn't really should bother you. Okay, so let me just click on this button, create workflow. So basically we are going to start from scratch. Okay, so here we are just going to type WordPress to Salesforce, and let me just click on create. Okay, so when you click on create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as WordPress, because we want to send the data from WordPress. Okay, so WordPress it is. Okay, so basically here we are creating a new workflow. Now in case if you want this ready-made workflow, you can just clone it. I have added the link of this workflow in the description box. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as user registers? Okay, so user registers is a trigger event. So your obvious question is, what is a trigger event? Trigger is basically an if statement. It asks the question, if the condition is met, what should be done? For example, if a new user registers himself, then what action should be taken by the system? Now we do have a lot of trigger events like post updated, post deleted, user login, user deleted, new comments. All of them are a bunch of trigger events. Now in case if you want more triggers of your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com. pabbly.com to custom build a trigger event for you. But at present, I just want to send the data when a new user registers in WordPress. So basically, the gist is we are just trying to integrate WordPress to Pabbly Connect. So let's have a visit to our WordPress. So this is my WordPress account. Okay, so there is something you have to do first. So as you can see, there is a plugin that you have to install. It is known as WP Webhooks. Okay, so this is the plugin that we have to install. Now, I'm not going to teach you that how to install a plugin. You obviously know how to install a plugin. So I'm just going to show you in the list of the install plugin. Okay, so we do have this plugin called as WP Webhooks. Okay, so if you really don't know how to install a plugin, all you have to do is just click on add new. Okay, and after clicking on add new, you just enter the name of the plugin that you want to install. So the name of the plugin is WP Webhooks. So this is something that we have copied from here. Okay, it's a remarkably easy plugin. Just install it. Okay, so after you have installed it, make sure that you have to go to this part called as settings. Okay, so I have opened the settings page in a new tab. Okay, so as you can see here, we have some choices. Okay, so this is the settings of WP Webhooks. So basically at this point, we want to send the data, especially when the user registers. So let me just click on send data. Okay, so here it is asking me when the send data on registers, when should the webhook fire? So basically the idea is that when the user registers, it should send the data. So basically we will start by clicking on add webhook URL. Okay, so we have to give the webhook name as well as the webhook URL. I'm going to assign a random name. How about Salesforce random? Okay. Of course, you can give any name according to your discretion. I'm just given a very random name. Okay, so now coming to this part called as the webhook URL. So to get the webhook URL, let me just copy this. Okay, so this is the webhook URL you want. Copy this and simply paste it here. Okay, so let me just click on add for create user. So basically the idea is that once if the user registers himself, the data of the users will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So basically at this point, we have integrated this WordPress to Pabbly Connect. This means anytime a new user registers himself in WordPress, Pabbly Connect has to capture the data. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data, let me go to Pabbly Connect and let me just click on this button, capture webhook response. Click this. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the same magic that we have done earlier. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this. Okay, so basically this is a web registration page that I have made with the help of a plugin. Okay, so this is the plugin. This is not really important. Should not be really showing you this. But the plugin that I have used is called as user registration. This is the plugin. Okay, now of course you can create many registration page with many different plugins, but I went with this. This is very easy to use. That's all. Okay, so let me just open this in a new tab, the same link. Okay, and press enter. Okay, so these are the details. We have to fill it again. So as you can see, we are going with a new name called as 𝗪𝗆12345RT@gmail.com. Just a random name that's popping in my head. Or how about we just go with 𝗪𝗆. Okay, 𝗪𝗆. I like the word M, that is why. And this is the user password, and this is the username 𝗪𝗆. Okay, so this is the username, and the first name is 𝗪𝗆, and the last name is Harsh, and the country he's from, let's say go with Argentina. Who cares? Okay, so let me just click on submit. Okay, so a submission has been made. So let's have a look. Did Pabbly Connect has captured this data? Okay, this is because Pabbly Connect is integrated with WordPress. Oh yes, the data has been captured. So as you can see, the user login, it is showing it as 𝗪𝗆. So essentially, since we don't have any blank for company field in Salesforce, we will be adding 𝗪𝗆 as the company name. Okay, this is because we didn't add any name, any blank for this WordPress registration. So it can be actually ignored. And coming to this user email, so this is the email that 𝗪𝗆 has registered himself with, 𝗪𝗆12345RT@gmail.com, and the display name is 𝗪𝗆. So where are the rest of the details? Yes, the first name is 𝗪𝗆, the last name is Harsh. Okay, yes. So basically, using all these details, we are going to create a lead in Salesforce. Now, so to do that, let me just click on this plus button. Okay, so when you click on this plus button, another window opens up. This is called as the action window. So in the choose app, how about make it as Salesforce? Salesforce it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as create a lead? Okay, so create a lead is an action event. There are many more action events like create task, create contact, create account, create note. All of them are a bunch of action events. Now, just like the triggers, if you have trouble finding the action event according to your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com to custom build an action event for you. But at present, I just want to create a lead in Salesforce. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on connect with Salesforce. In the new credentials, let me just click on connect with Salesforce. Okay, so now Pabbly Connect is demanding access. So before you click on allow, let me tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. Okay, so on the basis of that trust, let me just press allow. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. Just press OK. So as you can see, a set of blanks has appeared in front of you. The purpose of these blanks is very simple. We are going to create a lead in Salesforce from the data that we have received from WordPress via Pabbly Connect. So let's start mapping. So this is the mapping button. Okay, so let's click this. And in the last name, so I think the last name was Harsh. Okay, yeah, so this is the last name. Now coming to the first name. So the first name was 𝗪𝗆. So where is 𝗪𝗆? Okay, so we have mapped it. Now coming to the title, we don't have any data regarding that, so I'm just going to leave it as blank. Now coming to the company name, I'm just going with the name that is 𝗪𝗆 Harsh. Okay, so as I mentioned, the user login will be our company name because we don't have any field, because I didn't create any field for user registration in WordPress. Now coming to the phone number, we of course don't have any data regarding the phone number, so I'm just keeping it as blank. Now coming to the email, so we do have the data of that. So this is the email and we have mapped it. Now coming to the description, no data regarding that. So rating is, let's keep it as hot. The street, the city, yes, we do have the data of the country. So the data of the country is, I think he was from Argentina. Oh yeah, so this is the country code for Argentina AR. Okay, so basically that's sufficient detail to create a lead in Salesforce. So all I have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the idea is showing it as success. So let me just go to Salesforce and let me just refresh this. Okay, I'm sorry, I should go to the leads page. Okay, so this is the lead page. Okay, yes, we do have the lead that is 𝗪𝗆 Harsh. Okay, so the presence of this data shows that we have successfully integrated WordPress and Salesforce with help of Pabbly Connect. Now, before you go away, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to minimize my action window. Okay, and I'm going to minimize the trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated WordPress to Pabbly Connect, and then you have integrated Pabbly Connect to Salesforce. So now there is a perfect flow of data between WordPress and Salesforce.
Not just these two apps, you can integrate up plenty of applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Our dedicated team members will help you to automate your workflows. Or better, just visit our website www.pabbly.com. It's awesome. Thanks.